Hi, crafty friends. It's Carol from Crinkle Path Journals, and I thought I would unpack my suitcase with you. Things that I bought from when we were in Georgia for our trip. We did some antiquing. We actually did some thrifting in Memphis before we went over to Georgia. Some of these items might be from that as well. Let me get to showing you what I purchased. Oh, and something I didn't purchase, but that I found waiting for me when I came home. My daughter had gone to a consignment sale for kids stuff, and they had books half price for the last day, and so she bought me these three, which I thought were very sweet. And I think these will be fun to include in some journals, or maybe even in your packages when you purchase something from me. For those of you who are moms, you might like to have one of these pages for just a reminder of how much you're appreciated for what you do. And Tom Kitten, a Beatrix Potter favorite, and Francis, a bargain for Francis, which I think is hilarious because we were definitely looking for bargains on our trip and scoping out places to take you if you are coming on the retreat in October. We still have 2 spaces left. Well, Francis was a staple in our home when my daughter was growing up. I believe she's a little badger. She kind of looks raccoony, but does not have a ringtail. So I think they're little badgers, her and her family, but how fun. A bargain for Francis. Yep, here's my bargains. All right, so I packed things in here pretty tight and went through it. I pulled out some books that went straight to my library, so sorry I won't have those to show you. I did find that I still had the books that I got at the antique mall in here, so here you go. I got Rain and Shine. This is a reader, and this is illustrated by Ruth Steed, and she has the Pelagie Doan kind of look to her drawings as well. And I loved the rain images. Wind and Waves. Yeah, this is a really, really cute reader. And it kind of has some camping, beach, and weather themes in it, which I liked. Sorry, one-handed again. And snow here at the end. So that was Rain and Shine, and then this is something different. Another reader. It's done by the same company, but the illustrator was different, I think. Or they just didn't give credit. Let me see. Oh, yeah, this is the one that's by Pelagie Doan. So, yeah, I just love her little cute kiddos. Aw. Smarty cat. Cute. Really, really adorable illustrations. Again, outdoorsy kind of themes, which I love. I haven't decided yet if this one's getting cut up or put in the library, but I have it in the library stack, so maybe that's the case. Then I have Stagecoach Sal, and this one just gave me all the Prairie Girl vibes. So Polly Wolly Doodle all the day. We know that song. And she's a little bit of an unintentional troublemaker. Her daddy got knocked off the roof into a beehive, and so then she got to hold the reins for the horses. And she's a tough country girl. Anyway, I love the handwritten font. This is not an antique book, but it's got some of those antique songs in it. My granddaughter sings Shoe Fly Don't Bother Me. Yeah. So Stagecoach Shell. Then this Patrice Barton, she's one of our favorite children's illustrators. She did not make the top 10 video though. I think she would definitely have made it on the list, but she is a newer artist, and I think most of them that I picked have been around a long time. But this is she is somebody who I just learned about in the last 2 years, since my granddaughter has been reading books a lot, and my granddaughter loves the Itty Bitty Friends book that she did. But look at the sweet little faces on these babies. This one is going in the library for my granddaughter. It is a bedtime book though. And we do tend to keep the bedtime books on her bookshelf. But this one, I think maybe we have a few books in our house that we just keep here for when she sleeps over at our house. So maybe that one will stay here. This I thought was really cool. Any artist would love this. Not just a children's book. That's by Mayor MacArthur, and Esther Pearl Watson is the illustrator. Art ABC. So A is for artist, B is for brush, C is for computer. So you get the idea. It's all art terms. Junk journals. Landscapes. Needle for sewing. Unique. T for tone. Z for zillions of ways to make art. Yeah, so I really like this one. I like the horizontal presentation, but I don't think I'm going to be cutting most of these up. I have this series, but I didn't have the little kitten. I think Angela picked these up, and she handed me the kitten. I totally had shoes like that back in the day. But anyway, this will make a completion for my set, I believe. Janice Udry, A Tree is Nice. Mark Samant, I have several books that he's illustrated. But I love trees. And so, sorry. Really not, this one has barely ever been opened, so it's really hard to turn the pages. But I think you get the picture. It's all about trees. And that one's going in the library. And then I collect a lot of the Patricia Polacco stories. I did not have this one. Her stories are often historical and serious, but important for, kids to read, not just fluff stuff. So I love that she writes some more educational in a very tender way for subjects that might be a little bit tough to deal with. So that one I am adding to the library. Alphabet City, this one has art vibes again to me. I loved when people started doing the photos of things that make letters, and this is illustrated. It's not photographed, but it's in that same vein. So it's just seeing letters in everyday objects. So D, E, that was F on the water tower. It's almost like somebody, took the photos and then painted them. So I think it's really, really cool. So Alphabet City, that one Caldecott Honor Award. Mercer Mayer is a favorite children's author. Stephen Kellogg has a very unique art style, and I love and have a lot of both of their books. I have the Pinkerton books about the Great Dane that Stephen Kellogg's done. He's also done a lot of the fables like Paul Bunyan and Mike Fink and things like that. Mercer Mayer is has done all the Little Monsters books, the Me and My Grandma, My Grandpa, My Sister books, if you're familiar with those, and lots of other books from Mercer Mayer. So I think I have a Mercer Mayer autobiography book too. So this is about a rhinoceros. And he always puts a lot of humor in his stories. And so, oops. So I had to add that to my collection. So I'll keep on with the other things I purchased. Everything else that I purchased is in here. So let's start by seeing what I jammed into this box. So this is a That's So 80s trivia game, which, if you know me, I love memories from the 80s. So here are those cards. So they have a subject at the top, questions, and then the answers on the back. And there's quite a stack of them from the game. And then I love this game. So I have the board game actually helped reinforce that box of books that I mailed home. The board for the game, I mean. This is the 50s and 60s edition. I have the 70s and 80s edition already. And these are really fun to tuck into journals as well. Which one was blonde? Sandra Dee or Martha Reeves? Anyway, just fun questions from the 50s and 60s. And then they also have song lyrics cards. So it starts the song. And then if you can't get it on the first line, then they give you a couple more words. And you're supposed to sing the whole first line, I think, or at least say it if you're actually playing the game. But I just think they're really fun for tucking into memory journals. So I'm glad I got a set from the 50s and 60s. Then they come with these little records, and you have to pop them apart. So they have gold records, silver records, and black records, and they make great dangles. And then these are the dice that come with them. I think it's missing one other. And the instructions for the 80s game is down in there. I tossed those into the box so they wouldn't get crunched. I got this at the antique mall that we went to with Christina. It's a little crocheted coffee cup that you can use as a coaster, I think. I thought it would be cute on the journal cover for like a coffee journal. I haven't thought of making a coffee journal. I know a lot of people collect for that. Then this was from Blitz something. It's like $1. Well, we went to Dollar Day, and it was like Overstock, Amazon returns or Overstock, I think. And I found one of these squares of embroidered floral mesh. And then I noticed another one and another one and another one. And so obviously the boxes had been opened, and I started stuffing them into a bag, and one of the employees actually handed me an empty box and stuffed a bunch more in. So it was clear to me they were like, take them all. And so I got all of these for $1. All of those. So those might be coming to you in a package soon if you order something from me. I think they're really fun. And then I found these at the Goodwill bins in Memphis, and I dropped these all over the floor. And then I had some other cards that I left behind for the giveaway table for the retreat, and they're really like ornate monogram cards, and I dropped those all over the floor. Okay, these little books, probably need to decide if these are going in the library or if there's something I want to make little journals out of. The Truck That Stopped at the Small Village. These are in craft condition. I love the color on this one. And then these illustrations are by Dorcas, one name. But they kind of reminded me of the Pelagie Dones illustrations that I love so much. Let me see if I can find another page. Yeah, look at all the little animals. And this reminds me a bit of the favorite golden book of mine, the Happy Man in His Dump Truck, just with all the animals and things. Yeah, so this one is really sweet, but falling apart. So that one probably will get to be made into a journal. A Moth is Born. I love nature books, and especially when there's realistic type illustrations of animals or insects. Sorry, I'm doing this one-handed. I decided not to take everything out to my desk today, so forgive the shaky camera if I have that issue. Why Do You Love Me? The Sweet Mama Bear and the Baby Bear. Really cute little illustrations on that one. That's a Telltale book. Let's see. One of them was a Rand McNally, and two of them were Telltale. Then I got these for the boxes. The vintage chalk boxes. I have been collecting some tiny little boxes like this from different things to make mini journals with, or mini notebooks. I also got this Uno Go game. So I have the set of Uno cards that are like 1 inch tall, but this is like a between size. These are about 2 inches tall, and I just thought they would be really fun. And then I got these 2 baby blankets. They are vintage, and this little duck is so adorable. And this is such soft, very well worn, washed flannel. So I got 2 of those. I got this at the Goodwill bins, and I ended up cutting it in half and wrapping it on the roll. And it was really only about maybe 2 feet of wrapping, and so cutting it in half, maybe now I have 4 feet. And then Hazel had found a whole roll, and so she shared a little bit of her whole roll with me and the others. Let's see. These are scripture cards that somebody had hand done and then printed, and they were giving them away for free at a thrift store in Murphy, North Carolina. And we were staying in a cabin there in Murphy, just outside of where Cherry Log is, where the retreat will be. And Hazel and I were going through them, and we were picking out a couple each. And the girl said, "Can you please just take them all?" So we were very happy to oblige. And so we kind of just divided them up between the 2 of us. These were another thrift find from Memphis. They are the old, like, Denison type or seals. And I remember these from church as a kid. And so just really fun to find something from my childhood, and they are all Bible story type seals. So there are those. I bought a towel in Memphis. It said 2 towels on the tag, and then there was just this one towel, and this is where the towel was. So to save space, I didn't want the kitchen towel part. I just wanted this fabric. And when I took it up to the register, I said, "It says there's supposed to be 2 towels here, but there's only one." And I think it was only $1 or something. And she's like, "You can just have it." And so I didn't feel bad at all cutting the towel off and just taking these 2 little remnants home. And that was really sweet of her. That was at some kind of Christian charity thrift store in Memphis. This was one of my antique mall finds. I got this plaid lunchbox. I think I had stuffed it full of stuff initially, and I think I pulled it out already. Let me see. So this had a name and his grandma's phone number in it. Somebody crossed it out. But I love collecting vintage glass jars and vintage lunch boxes to store craft items in. So that was just a really classic one. I remember a good friend of mine having a lunchbox like this, not this exact plaid pattern, but just a simple plaid pattern. Her mom didn't do characters, apparently. This one is going in my library. Yes, this is one of the books that I missed getting in my library stack that went out already. And it's an oldie, and I got it for a very good price compared to anything that's selling, any price that this book is selling on eBay. So that was a really fun find. One I definitely don't have. This is just a fun little notebook. Oh, it was a calendar, I forgot. But it doesn't have the dates on it, so I thought that the pages would make good journal inserts, and I just loved the cassette tape motif. And then I got a Christmas banner. Probably shouldn't have shown this because I could have used it for Christmas in July. Well, I suppose if I really want to share some of this with whoever I am sending my Secret Santa gift to, I can tuck it into their final Christmas supply package where I announce who I am. So, haha, if you're my recipient, that might be coming to you. One of my other very favorite illustrators, if you haven't watched my top 10 then tag video, that's an open collaboration. I did a video on my top 10 illustrators of children. So illustrators who draw children in books. So one of my favorites is Tasha Tudor. So I never pass up a steal of a deal on one of her books. And I have this one already, so that's fun. I can play with these images. And then these were a Goodwill bin find, and I got an extra one to put on the share table at the retreat as well. So people can grab some pages or take the whole book. Oh, here's another piece of the wrapping paper that Hazel gave me more of. I don't remember where I got this, but it is a lab notebook for some kind of scientific, probably chemistry. But I just loved the grid paper. And then it also had, let's see. Yeah, I think maybe it's all just grid paper. I remember having to use paper like this in college for physics and chemistry, and so I thought that was fun. Self-copying and carbonless. I got a Pooh's First Words. I love Winnie the Pooh, and I have hopes to do a Pooh journal at some point, you know, Pooh Bear and Friends, and so these are going in my stash for that. I got this wooden strawberry at the bins. I think I spent all of $2 at the bins. Let's see what else. Oh, I got these vintage Mickey invitations and shared some with Hazel and Jonna. And then I got a little box of small cards. I thought these were really cute. Whoops. Wanted. Guests for a party. And then, let's see what else. I got these strawberry baskets in Alabama at a little antique mall near the Piggly Wiggly. Somebody in the group got a states bingo kind of a game, and I have some of the cards, and I think they're in the, I have a whole pile of things that Hazel, Jonna, and Angela shared with me, things they had brought. Angela and I mailed each other most of our stuff, but she did bring some things too, and I did too, to try and save on us having to ship a bunch of things home. I got 3 packs of ribbons at the Blitz dollar thing. I started talking about these. So it's strawberry baskets, and they are the lightweight like balsa wood, and we get the green plastic berry bins all the time, but I thought these would be fun for sorting things for crafts. So those are my biggest antique finds. I did buy my daughter a bunch of salt and pepper shakers for the big oversized tassels she makes. And so she's going to be working on more tassels to sell at my live sales. And I love to be able to help her out by selling some of those things, and it keeps her crafting, which that feeds both of our soul. So thanks for watching today. I will have another video, one video that is just the flip through of the amazing journal that Hazel made me. And then another video will be the items that they gifted me. So hopefully you can watch out for that and watch. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye.